because if there is something in my family line that does sort of make my kids more predisposed to being bothered by the unseen, then that's something I want them to be aware of in age-appropriate times. And I guess writing a whole book called How to Free a Jinn has been a really fun entry point for them to say, oh, look what my mom wrote, so yeah.
It
SubhanAllah.
sounds like the story behind it is equally as fascinating as the book itself. That's what it
And
sounds like.
yeah, that's right. And it gets all complicated as well because sadly, like my parents' marriage, did not work out. It's for the best, alhamdulillah, but we were meant to be born. And there was a whole element of like, oh, this came from your side of the family. No. I'm like, so again, I don't know what it was. It was a combination of things, but somewhere along the line in my ancestry, if there was an ancestor I had who did make a pact with the unseen, and maybe before they pass away, they were unable to let it go when it kind of comes down from generation to Allah alam, I don't know, only Allah knows best, but I'm hoping that that has ended with me. And if not, that's okay. Inshallah, we're more equipped now to know what to do, just to look for the warning signs, I guess. Yeah.
Look, I'm glad it's brought you to a position where, you're more aware of things, general positivity, basically. I'm glad that you've reached that
Alhamdulillah.
point. You've mentioned a little about family history. Are you able to talk about that more in terms of this family curse? Because I know it's something which is present in your book as well.
Yeah. So again, I don't know for sure. This is the thing. But one of my grandfathers was rumored to have really vivid nightmares. And he would warn his children, if I have a really bad nightmare, like um just give salams and then you can try to gently wake me up. But don't like suddenly wake him up because he could lash out. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Then when this whole thing happened with me, there were rumors, oh, maybe there has been a jinn hanging around and he didn't get to let it go. He didn't, and then now after he passed away, it's starting to bother Raidah, and so yeah, Allahu Alam, I don't know, but again, like nobody likes to talk about that because it's like, oh, this is like the ultimate version of unresolved business, and so I guess that's where the story seed came from for my story. Like what happens in a scenario where the grandma, Nene, is fully aware that she has, a jinn who can help her out, things like that. And she's doing the taboo thing by talking about it before she passes away because she loves her granddaughter and and she wants to warn her this might happen. Because I would have appreciated a heads up if you think about it, you know. But again, because it's so taboo, because it's one of those pre-Islamic things, like, yeah, we know we're not supposed to be doing that. Then again, you speak to every second Malaysian family and everyone's got some kind of black magic, jinn ancestry kind of story, which is why I guess my book was probably better received in Malaysia and Singapore. I was like, oh yeah, it happened to us. It's so relatable. Like this is ability to hold nuance where you can be a devout practicing Muslim family, you can fast, you can pray in Ramadan, and you can also have like this on the side kind of jinn story from the past. So far, as far as I know, for my generation at least, I don't know anyone who's like actively like doing black magic stuff, alhamdulillah, but there's always a story from like their parents or their grandparents who might have, done something and then they made their tauba and then they stopped doing that now, but every now and then like there'll be like a flare up, subhanallah.